Hello, welcome to our podcast. My name is Malak, and we got my co-host, Skevin.
Hello, Potter pals.
I have to get used to that.
Skevin here. Topic of discussion: is Snape a good character? I think.
Let's get into that. But why is Snape good in the first place? I mean,
he has a lot of reasons and almost excuses.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain why he bullied children, why he never changed when Lily asked him. Why one of his students' biggest fears was him.
Yeah, but he was kind of nice to Lily, you know. He introduced her to the wizarding world.
I mean, he did comfort Lily on the train when she got yelled at by Petunia.
Yeah.
But, that doesn't explain the fact why he literally bullied Lily's son, all because of his father.
He was tortured by his father, Malak. Come on.
Yeah, but, yeah, I guess you could say.
And Snape, Snivellus, Severus, whatever you want to call him, he was surrounded by people who were supporting Voldemort.
At one point he supported Voldemort, though.
Yeah, but when you're around all those kinds of people and you're in a house where there's a lot of stereotypes, you're being bullied because of the fact that you have greasy hair, crooked nose, and your house, that can get to someone.
I guess.
But still, he shouldn't have became Neville's biggest fear.
I guess. But, if he was Neville's biggest fear and he could have known that, he could have just done something to change it. Because being someone's biggest fear isn't something to be proud of, necessarily.
Exactly. And you know what? Neville's parents were literally tortured by Bellatrix.
He should be scared of Bellatrix, not Snape.
Exactly, so why is he scared of Snape?
The fact that he stood up to Bellatrix and not Snape just says something about Snape's character and how rude he was.
Exactly. Snape is cold towards everyone. There was not one person at Hogwarts he was nice to.
I mean, he did favorite a couple Slytherin students, such as Draco and some other people. But still, I don't really think he should...
He still wasn't technically,
nice.
Really nice to people. So what's the final verdict? Is he a good person or a bad person?
I think he has some good in him, but he doesn't really show it.
Yeah, he doesn't, because people handle things differently.
I guess.
And if he just handled his, trauma a little bit better, he could have been a good person.
He would have been a nice person, yeah.
But he let all of that
kind of get to
coldness. Exactly. Kind of reminds me of the Grinch.
Very much reminds me of the Grinch.
And you know what else Snivellus reminds me of?
What does he remind you of?
The host.
Are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me?
Greasy hair? Check. Wears the same clothes every day? Check. What more else is there to check?
Girl, he relates more to you than me. Short hair, check. Greasy hair, check. Giant Mount Everest-sized nose, check.
Greasy hair? Hold on.
Girl, my hair hasn't...
Babes. My hair's not always greasy. Only on the days when I don't shower. You come to school with...
Girl, we don't need to bring school into this. This is a Harry Potter podcast, not a rant. Anyways, what's the next topic? Oh, yes. Is Dumbledore a good or bad person? I mean...
Technically, he would be considered a good person in the world of Harry Potter.
But to others,
but
no.
In my world, he's a big fat jerk.
He's extremely selfish. He also can't be trusted with a lot of power.
Exactly.
He favorited so many Gryffindors, including especially Harry, which... we don't like.
Also, how is that point thing supposed to work? Were you, like, so angry that Slytherin won that you had to give out extra points at the end of the year?
Exactly.
Because your students in the same house that you were in lost all of those points fairly.
Like,
but you were too mad about that. So you had to dig up any good thing.
he literally gave them points for breaking the rules.
Also, why did Neville only get 10 points?
10! Neville tried standing up to his friends, and he only got 10 points! I'm convinced he's favoriting Harry
and... best played game of Wizard's Chess.
150 points. 150 points.
Also, he only really ever smiles
when people got into Gryffindor.
Ceremony, when people get into Gryffindor. Like, what's up with that, sir? You're the literal, like, headmaster of Hogwarts. Why are you only
like, be happy that people are actually getting into your school.
Like, I can imagine a lot of Ravenclaws, like, looking up to Dumbledore because of all of his achievements. And imagine a little Ravenclaw getting sorted into their house, looking up at Dumbledore.
And him just sitting there, heartless, completely unfazed.
Just sitting there, going to their house's table, and then noticing Dumbledore smile when someone gets into Gryffindor.
Like, imagine how heartbreaking that is, like, idolizing somebody, and then finding out that they're not even happy that you got sorted into, like, Ravenclaw or any other house that's not Gryffindor.
Exactly. Also, don't come at me for this, but he was kind of sort of the cause for his sister's death.
I don't disagree with you. I do not disagree with you for that. Like, I know he didn't mean for his sister to die, but he kind of did bring Grindelwald into this situation.
Yeah.
So I see why he would kind of, like, take the guilt, but also, you know.
Watch someone call us homophobic because we're bashing Dumbledore, or because he's
gay.
Like a bad, because we think he's a bad person.
But little do they know, I'm bisexual myself. Anyways, there are some good parts of Dumbledore, though. Like, he was openly kind to a lot of people. He trusted Snape, who was a Death Eater. He had the qualifications to be the Minister of Magic, and not a lot of people passed those qualifications, so.
And you do have to be a relatively good person.
Yeah, you do. You really do.
Like, to be wanted that much.
Exactly.
And you know how he was, like, kind of the cause for his sister's death?
Yep.
I think that is what clicked in him to be a good person.
I think so.
Like, he is still, like,
a little bit of a jerk.
Be an entirely good person, because people are people, you know.
People are people, yeah.
He's a relatively good person, a lot better than Snape.
Yeah.
But you can't ignore the little things that he does. But to a lot of people, the little things get overshadowed by the big things.
Yeah, I could agree with you on that.
And we can't judge him a lot because of the little things. Well, we can't judge him too hardly.
Yeah.
So, in the end of the day, opinions are opinions, but, like, someone could think Dumbledore's a bad person, someone else could think he's a good person.
It really just depends on their, like, opinion and perspective on Dumbledore, really. Or Snape, anybody.
And what they've heard, and... Because if I go in reading the book with a certain opinion, opinion, obviously I'm gonna notice things and disregard the information that don't back up my opinion.
Yeah.
It's a very much subjective thing when we should be really being very objective.
Yeah, I can agree.
So, at the end of the day, you should always agree to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I'm sticking to my thing.
I'm sticking to my opinion,
really,
and
Dumbledore, good person, but not the best.
Yeah, he could be better.
Very much. Could be a lot better. What about Snape?
Snape is definitely like, I have good in me, I just choose not to show it.
Snape reminds me of a certain host that I know. The greasy hair, the wearing of the same clothes, the being a Slytherin, the being a little bit rude. You know? This kind of reminds me of a host.
And that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you next time.